I recently read Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
You mean the guidebook on how to become a people pleaser? Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So eh, when I first discovered your stuff was when I was reading this book. And I thought to myself, this is so interesting because he is telling you in this manual for how to become
Right.
successful or whatever that has been read by probably millions of
It's
people.
one
I
of
don't
the
really know.
it's one of the best-selling personal growth books or self-help books of all time. I th-
Of all time.
of all time. I think he's sold just under the Bible.
That's incredible. And like what he wrote in 1936, every sentence could have been a viral social media post, a viral tweet, whatever.
Hmm.
And so reading that book and discovering your stuff, the absolute contrast between what you guys say to do is is wild. I
You
want to
know,
hear your opinions on that.
God, I love that book. Like, I'll admit that I love that book. I mean, I've been a salesman my whole life, and Dale Carnegie taught. I mean, that book is important. Like, it's an important piece of literature. So don't get me wrong about Carnegie. Um, but it is the people pleaser guidebook. Like, basically, if I went, but if I went in, so I want you to imagine a moment where I was like, I take Dale Carnegie's book and I tell everybody to do the exact opposite. That's my book, right? That's my book.
Yeah.
That's my whole channel. And I never thought about it in the way you just said it, but that's really true. So I think Carnegie's heart was in the right place, but it makes you like, I don't know. It's a good book. I'm having trouble letting go of this, Jack. Um, that's a oh, no one's ever brought that up to me. It's a really good question. As a podcaster, that's a really good question. Um, so there's a part in there where he talks about his golden retriever Tippy, and I'm a golden retriever of a person. Like, I love people. I just love hanging out with people. I get down doing anything. I don't give a shit. Like, we can go bowling. You want to play pickleball? You want to play table tennis? You want to not play games? You just want to sit in a bar and hang out? Like, I am down for people. I love people, and I'll admit that that predisposition has been really helpful. That's why I ended up meeting with everybody you've seen that I've met. Um, but I'll be damned if Dale didn't write the quintessential book on how to be a people pleaser. Like, nod at everything, always agree, remember everybody's names. It's like, wow, that's a lot, right? Um, and notice everything and make people feel special, and create in them an eager want to get to know you. Like, whew, that's some dark triad shit too. So yeah, I mean, it's a great book. It's a great book. I love him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and it's so interesting how eh, no one's going to argue with the success of the measures that he put in there, but not once did he say this is what's going to bring you happiness. He just said this is what's going to make you a better salesperson or make people
Right.
like you more.
Right. Well, he's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
So you know what? Maybe I should write that. Dale Carnegie was wrong.
Yeah, that should be the title of your book. I feel like that would
It should
sell.
be. So I just looked it up. It's 30 million copies of that book have sold in the world.
That's
30
incredible.
million
That
copies.
that's just wild because I think about like no one really has 30 million followers.
No,
You know what I mean?
I mean,
And this is
somebody
such an
does.
easy, yeah, like probably Mr. Beast has like 100 million, I think. I don't know. But I mean, of educational content for a 300-page book, 30 million people.
Right.
That's
That's just how many
incredible.
have bought it, not how many have read it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
But
figure
but
double the
still,
amounts
yeah.
read it.
Yeah, wild. And they're saying stuff, and we asked the question, why are so many people uh people pleasers? Because they've been told by people for so long that that's how you achieve success, and people sell you the idea that success is how you achieve happiness. So it's this causal chain that people believe that, "Oh yeah, I need to make people like me with these methods by sacrificing what I want to give them what they want so that I can get success so that then I can be happy." In reality, I think it's a one-step process rather than that three-step process. You can just do what you want to do, and that's how you become happy.
Right. Right. Yeah, you can just do stuff,
It's your thing.
right? When I started creating videos, I didn't know what I was. Scroll back. There's going to be a podcast one day where somebody's going to play one of my old videos and go, "Tell me what you were thinking here," and I'm going to go because they were bad. I mean, I did one series called "Just the Tip" with Coach Nick. It was ridiculous back then. And I was just trying to find my voice and be who I was. But at that point, like I just did stuff. And, I made videos that didn't hit and I made things that were goofy. And I was just trying to figure out who I was. And through that, I was able to create this version of me that I really, really like. Um, so it's just, I don't know. I think you have to be flawed to be liked.
Interesting. Why?
It makes you like Velcro, right? Do you know how Velcro works? It sticks to the imperfections. That's what it is. And I think human beings respect you more and like you more when they realize that you're one of them, right? So in the people pleasing version of you, when you start showing up as trying to be perfect all the time, then there's nothing to hang on to. There's no gossip to have. There's nothing to help you fix. There's no targets to shoot. Then you're just kind of a boring weirdo.
Because you're too perfect. People don't like it
Right.
when you're better than them.
I don't know if it's that. I think just perfect people are boring, right? So imagine you were totally perfect at 18 years old. You knew everything.
But yeah,
Everything.
that's reality. Yeah.
Right.
Just kidding.
Right. Of course. My son thinks so.
Yeah.
So imagine, because he's 17. At 18, you start to get a modicum of wisdom, like, oh shit, maybe I don't know anything. But you still probably think you know a lot. And that's fine. That's where you're at. The point I'm making is imagine though, you actually knew everything. Like how to do everything, how to be everything. You knew, like almost godlike in that sense. You knew it all.
Hmm.
You would be the most boring person on earth. So even in knowing everything, you wouldn't.
Yeah. I've never thought about that before. That is
Would you want to hang out with you if you knew everything?
no.
Have all the
Interesting.
money, you have all the wealth, you can solve any problem. That person would be insufferable.
No one could relate to them either.
No. Right. So even if you knew everything, you wouldn't be able to fix one thing, which would be how to relate to others.
Thank you for watching this clip of the Grateful Podcast featuring Nick Pollard. If you want to see the full episode, click the link right here. It's phenomenal. If you like this, you will love that. Click it. You will not regret it. I know you want to. Right here. Come on. Come on.